All right, hold up a sec. Now I think we're good. Mic wasn't working. No one said anything. If I don't talk for a long time, it usually means that the mic's gone down. So anyway, we're back. We had to redo this boss battle because I went back and did some of the side quests. Unfortunately, when you do the side quests like that, it takes you out of the mission and you have to restart it all from the beginning again. Kind of sucks, but is what it is. Had we gone through, I mean, it probably would have taken a lot longer if I didn't skip around the cutscenes, but I did manage to skip most of the pre-battle, and we just finished up with the dragon boss battle that we did during the last stream. So now that we're finished up with that, we can skip the rest of these cutscenes. Don't really know what's going on, but during the last stream, we saw Bahamut just like starting to go apeshit and just wreaking havoc on the city. Didn't exactly seem like something that he would do, considering his personality prior to that. He's like, oh, we gotta save the citizens. Oh, we gotta stop the death of everyone. And then he just like starts wreaking havoc on the town. Yeah. Something's up. Don't know what it is. That crystal right there, the mother crystal, it seems to have absorbed some of his power or something. Then it dissipated the overall crystal. I guess he wouldn't call it the mother crystal. Or no, maybe it's still the mother crystal. That's the heart. That's what it is. It dissipated the mother crystal and then reconstructed it. So that's kind of what's happening in this cutscene. We're going to go ahead and skip it, and we're going to pick up where we left off during the last stream. A lot of cutscenes they want me to skip. Still a lot of cutscenes they want me to skip. I think if I skip one, I'm probably wanting to go through the rest of them. It did go through and do some other like side quest stuff. One of the most helpful ones was increasing my inventory. So I think during the last stream, we were up to like maybe 4 regular potions and 3 high potions. Now I can carry 6 regular potions and I think 5 high potions. So that's pretty good. Along with some of the other side quest stuff, I don't know if I upgraded the sword. I don't think I did. We did get a crafting recipe for Excalibur. Excalibur in most Final Fantasy games is one of the more powerful swords that you can get, followed by Excalibur 2, which usually requires some sort of bullshittery, like in Final Fantasy IX, where you have to finish the entire game in something outrageous. It's like under 10 hours or something. I don't even know how you're supposed to do that.
Just let me get me stuff out. Welcome to the Big Hammer.
Still working on that name? Goots can operate as a shop and a blacksmith, so that's pretty cool. I don't really think there's anything I need outside of just restocking the potions.
Here you go. Is there else you need? Thank you.
We can carry more tonics too, that's good. We could only carry 2 max tonics previously. Except for the Lionheart, that still seems to be stuck at 2.
You've got everything you need then.
So I think we are good. Is there anything back here I might need? Maybe not.
You be brave now, boy.
Drake's tail is right there, Clive. It's time to free Storm from the
it's the tail. I was wondering what part of the Drake this was, as far as mother crystals go. Yeah, I think we're good. Nothing else I can do.
Oh, it's past time. But remember, Bahamut is still out there.
And I dare say we'll be seeing him again before the night is done.
Just might, but don't jinx it.
No more roads.
We'll have to find our own path.
Fortunately, in between the rubble, it seems like the path has been forged.
Just what we need. Another flood.
It's already turned them.
Then there's no reason to hold back.
Much aether in the air. Clive, I thought you'd be a little closer than that. So yeah, whatever's going down doesn't seem to be going down all as planned. The prince was obviously trying to stage some form of coup, and his dragoons were backing him. But something happened to him. I guess we'll find out what that is, but whatever it was causing him to go insane, he just seems to be mindlessly attacking. Not too unlike what happened with Clive. Sometimes when he gets sort of in the blind rage mode with Ifrit. But I guess he's displayed a little bit more control since the beginning of the game. Trying to get rid of these dragoons before that. Almost. There we go. Reason not being able to do the ground attack on these wraiths. Just get a bad position or something.
There must be a way to climb up.
Probably is. Let's take a look around. Yep, there it is. Just make sure that there's no other pickups. Usually it seems like with the battle type stuff, they don't tend to put like the good stuff around you. No treasure chests, unless, I was about to say, you're in some sort of like walking path. Big battle arenas, nah, I'm not gonna give you anything. But these cramped little walking areas, that's usually where they put the good stuff. The Phoenix.
Is that a phoenix? Joshua! What is he doing?
Keeping the Harmon occupied.
Joshua! Joshua!
Don't, Clive. It's too dangerous.
Fuck. Hold on, Joshua. I'm coming! We have
What are you gonna do?
And we will. We just need to keep moving.
I don't know how well if it would fare against the flying enemy, but
Not now!
I guess at the same time we fought Typhon. He was sort of aerial, kinda. He at least hovered.
What was that?
Bahamut. He'll kill us all. There he is. Joshua!
I'm here, brother!
Clive. He can't hear you.
Joshua!
So he says it in a lower tone.
They're heading for the heart.
And so should we.
Get the words right out of my mouth. If we destroy it, something will happen. Late on that dodge. Nope, sorry. Doing a ground attack. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't look good. So let me just check on something real quick here. Actually, I didn't mean to launch my web browser. No. Okay. I think we're all good. Alright, now we can get into this mid-boss. Oh, another Undertaker. Oh, shit. Trying to block. Man, I'm always like a split second too late on that block. Spectre's probably trying to buff that thing.
Are those the council chambers? How are they still standing?
I don't know.
I didn't see them. Sorry. I wasn't sure where to look. Unless it was the thing with the big round dome. That could have been it.
He'll be all right, Clive. He's a survivor.
We're getting close.
Who the hell are you?
It looks like somebody doesn't want us getting any closer.
I don't care what it wants.
Neither do I.
This looks like Neo something. I don't know. It looks Devil May Cry-ish. I'm trying to think of what it was. Virgil from the first Devil May Cry before we knew he was Virgil. I don't like his little disc gadgets. I'm all right. Disappointingly, I mean, we didn't do as much damage. I think he's maybe potentially got more defense or something. There's something not working right in terms of trying to get his health down. But we didn't even get his health bar halfway down after a stagger. Oof. They broke the Titan block. Second too late on that.
I don't want to know what that is. We have to end this right now.
And I have my limit break, and I used up all my abilities, but at the very least I could put on a strength tonic or something. Interesting music. It wasn't that interesting to start off with, but it's picked up a little bit. Oh, shit. Now this has gone back to not being as interesting. Watch out, Jill.
That's all ready. Nice try.
I'm not gonna bother doing limit break. He's pretty damn close. There we go. Necrophobe. He's afraid of death. Let's see. Favor of Earth. Increase wind-up damage by 10%. Maybe. Seem to remember most of the accessories I have currently are stat boosters, though, so I'd take that over single individual ability boosts.
They're getting stronger.
We can think about them later. Right now, there's only one thing we need to focus on.
The heart.
Oh, I was thinking Joshua, but you're probably right.
We might be able to get up through the building.
It's worth a try.
Actually, after having done all of those side quests, I do wonder... Okay, I've got 4,000 ability points. That's not bad. You know, since we're so close, I might go ahead and just save up until I could max out that Judgment Bolt. I would like to have a fully upgraded, like, final attack.
Quiet.
Would be nice.
There's someone up there.
Is someone there?
Mother,
It's you.
what happened here?
He tried to take him from me. Oh, my boy. My darling boy.
Is this the child you made with the Emperor? Why, Mother? Why did you betray us all?
You have no right.
You have no right.
Answer him.
We took you in, savage. Show some respect for those who raised you. Honorable Elwyn, always thinking of his precious homeland. But what worth is a homeland in a world beset by the Blight?
Father did not seek to protect his country. He sought to protect his people.
A leader's duty is not to protect his people. It is to protect the source of his sovereignty. The noble blood that runs in his family's veins. So long as this bloodline remains unbroken, what does it matter if a nation falls? One can always found another. Unlike him, I did my duty. I preserved
Takes
my
a little
line.
while to build
I
up a
bore the
nation,
son
but
of the
yeah, all right.
noblest blood, to whom the whole world might kneel. That is why I gave Rosaria to Sambrek, that I might join my line with the Lesages and birth a savior of this benighted land, blessed by both Bahamut and the Phoenix!
You sold your country for a child.
Why did he need another? You had Joshua.
I had nothing. You were always your father's son, so very strong and bold and daring, and yet you failed to awaken. Would that Joshua had been granted 1/10 of your strength? Oh! How the nobles laughed that Elwyn's firstborn was surely the son of a concubine, and my own, not long for this world. The shame of it! The shame of being slandered by one's inferiors! How could you ever know how that feels? It should have been you! Why didn't the Phoenix choose you?
Joshua's every waking moment was spent trying to shoulder the burden that you and the Phoenix and the Duchy foisted on him. That's why I became his shield. To help bear the weight. But what did you do? You betrayed your own blood and surrendered your son to his fate!
Joshua, my darling boy. I never meant to hurt him. The soldiers' orders were clear. He was to be spared. Why did you survive when the only one I truly cared for died?
What? Have you not looked out of the window? Joshua is here! The Phoenix lives on! He's battling Bahamut as we speak!
How good of you to show up.
Joshua!
Dang could have killed her.
Wake up!
I imagine she still has somewhat of a part to play.
I am a shield of Rosaria. And I will do my duty.
What are you...
What are you doing? He's gonna do his duty. I was gonna say, now last time, maybe he can really call out Ifrit on his own. Last time he thought he was doing it, it was actually Joshua manipulating him. Which, I'm to believe, his current state, I think he might be incapacitated. But yeah, it looks like he did it on his own.
Ifrit?
Congratulations.
Clive.
Clive, you did it.
Joshua?
Clive!
It was like 400,000 damage or something. And a health bar it took out was nothing. Of course, we didn't really earn it, we just pushed a button. I see, this ain't looking so good. Kinda what I figured would happen when you fight an aerial enemy with a round-based icon. what's happening? I don't know. The crystal seems to have turned into some kind of flower.
First the heart, then the heart.
See what we could do, I guess. Just out of range. Oh. Hey, Phoenix is back. I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, is that helping me, or?
Leave my brother alone! You'll face the consequences.
We have a new ability here. Clive has learned the ability Spit Flare from Bahamut. Press R2 and triangle to release massive stream of light that sears anything in its path. Use the left stick to aim. Press X at any time to cancel the attack. Extending exposure to the flare will cause enemies to become partially staggered, canceling the initial initiated abilities. Maintaining the flare for its maximum duration, meanwhile, will result in an enhanced finishing explosion. Interesting. Work. Just how long this thing can last. Pretty damn long. Might be a bit of a problem finding an opportunity to do that, except for, you know, the ones that I feel like I have a good grasp on.
Shit. Can't reach him. Don't do this! No! Brother!
Oh. Can't reach him, but you could have dodged.
I'll come back for you.
I play as a Phoenix, maybe? Oh, yeah. Haven't done that in a while. Another, like, a Panzer Dragoon Orta sequence. quite work out. Oh. He moved up.
Your Highness, stop this! Please think of your people!
Might just be a good time to dodge and do nothing else.
Where is he going?
To the sky. And there's some iterations of Bahamut have gone up into space. I don't know if the Phoenix can go up that high, but I need to take it into consideration just in case. It's like he shoots in some miscellaneous direction where you don't know where he's going, and then all of a sudden he shoots one out right directly at you.
I found her! Those things are drawing in more ether than I've ever seen!
Probably not a good thing, yeah?
I have to stop them!
Yeah, he's back just in time. Historically speaking, Phoenix was never the most powerful of Aeons, like Dolans, summons, whatever you want to call them. So,
Clive! Thank the Founder!
Seemed to have notched up his power level a little bit, but he still tends to get his ass handed to him. Not over yet.
It's now or never, Joshua.
Don't know what he's doing.
Good work, Joshua!
Think about using the whatever the attack technique we just learned, but
Get behind me!
here, hold on.
If you're sure.
Anyway, with a bunch of fireballs and other stuff coming down at me, I don't know that it's a good idea.
Thank you, brother.
All right, 2 for 1. I guess Phoenix was joining in with the other attack as well, but wasn't registering it. Almost, damn. Bahamut really kicked some ass, huh? So what's going on? Well, that was a risky move.
Now, Joshua!
Nice. Think that did it. Okay. That was a long boss battle. Too many great spoils from that. I guess the meteorites are kind of hard to come by, but still.
What now?
This is drinking the ether.
We have to stop him.
I was gonna say. You drank a whole Mother Crystal heart's worth of ether. Might be a little kicked up the power level.
Damn it. You have to be stronger than this. Come on, Ifrit. Show us your true power.
Been holding back this whole time. Did they merge?
Have we become one?
I guess so.
It's really enough. We can do it, Clive.
We can. And we will. Together.
What's Muhammad doing up there anyway? See, I told you we'd both go up into space. Just needed to fuse before we could actually get up there.
Are you ready?
Ready!
What we got now? Enhanced versions of most Ifrit's abilities are available for use as Ifrit Risen. In addition to Wildfire, Ifrit Risen has access to the ability Light Speed, which, similar to Phoenix Shift, allows for a swift approach to a target. Light Speed can be executed by pressing X. All abilities available while embodying Ifrit Risen can be confirmed in the Abilities tab in the main menu.
How can we hope to match such power?
Trusting in our own.
Then I pressed it, so I was a little bit worried about accidentally executing it when I didn't want to, but when I pressed it again and it didn't fully charge. last part. Shit. Teleports behind you. I don't even know what the hell happened there. It looked like it might have been somewhat devastating. It wasn't necessarily even foresight. I was just trying to get up to it a little bit closer. It's not fair. He's got crisscross beams. They're going each and every way. Say it might be a perfect opportunity to do a long range move, but still able to get it to work. I wasn't expecting to do multiple sweeps of that attack, so didn't work out for me. Is it healed yet? Hey, you're in space. Perfect opportunity to see if there's any land out there that might not be blight-ridden. Give me a little heads up on that. I'm sure when they come back down to Earth, though, they'll land in the exact spot they launched from.
He would burn the world.
Zeta Flare, Jesus. See the Mega Flare, Giga Flare, I think Tetra Flare was the other one.
Not today. Come on, Joshua.
Not today, perhaps some other day. Is it done? Maybe. Okay. Well, at least the battle's done. Whether or not we have anything after this, who knows? What did we get? What is this? Light shard. Power of the icon Bahamut made manifest. This crystal is as bright as the sun and can be heard to emit a soft hum when held to the ear. Now, the Excalibur sword that I got the, I don't know, what was it, the blueprints for? Something like that. It needed one item. I don't remember what it was, though. Just one singular thing I didn't have yet. I don't think it was that, though.
Dion!
Thank you. I think we did it. The mother crystal's still out there, surprisingly. Seems to have eaten up a lot of power. I don't know if that could be dispersed back into the planet or not.
Joshua!
Clive!
My brother.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're alive. We both are. Nothing else matters. I never dared hope that I would see this day.
Reunited at last.
Jill.
Haha. I don't know if that was like an illusion or what.
It is done. The demon that would tear our house apart is no more. Father.
The Mother Crystal. It's collapsing.
You're taking Bahamut's power, Clive. You might want to do that now.
No. Wait. I owe him a debt.
Oh, he's not dead?
You there. Tell me what section.
Don't reinforce the walls.
Situation.
Report, Captain.
Can nothing be done to call them off?
I regret not, Your Radiance. The Dragoons answer to none but His Imperial Highness. The Council is powerless to intervene.
We're hearing reports of rebel
Madness is this, Dion.
throughout the neighboring districts.
Focus all efforts on extinguishing the fires around the capital. The city can wait.
Don't dally, man. Go!
Your Radiance.
And I want you to find out if you can about the Dalmec's movements.
By the light! Dion, have you taken leave of your senses? Call off the Dragoons at once!
Fear not. The populace will come to no harm at their hands. I am here to save you, Father.
Save me?
A creeping darkness hides in the heart of Sanbreque. It stems from your wife, the traitorous Annabella.
Not another word, Dion.
Father, though you may not see it, the darkness has taken hold of you. It has made you forget yourself. But I bid you remember, there was a time when you ruled not with cruelty, but with compassion. Why now do you turn your back on your people? Why now do you seek to stoke the fires of war? You too have borne witness to this change, Your Eminences. And you know, as well as I, who is responsible for it. A puppet now sits upon the throne, but cut his strings, and the master loses the power!
What?
Dion, you bear steel before your Emperor? Guards! Take him!
For every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. Those were your words. But when the last of your citizens has fallen, and all of their homes have been reduced to ash, what will become of your empire, of its rulers, of your god? As the Mother Crystals crumble one by one, and the Blight sweeps in to claim all that we hold dear, our people look to their Emperor for protection. Yet he labors not to secure their futures,
but to seize what is left of the twins for himself. Even if it should come at the cost of everything his loyal citizens have labored to build.
Dion, you must understand.
A small price to pay, is it not? You've been blessed with great power, Dion. Enough to win me the world. So go, claim Valisthea for me, brother.
Dion.
Gods! Gods!
Father.
Poor father. How he doted on his children. That he would die to protect me was plain. It was but a matter of when.
You planned this?
You did well to endure so long. But you broke in the end, as I knew you would. And now Muthos approaches. Put him to the proof. I would see if he breaks. Go, Bahamut. Kinslayer.
Not again.
Brother?
It's a long story.
You cannot stay here, Mother. Come. Take my hand.
Get away from me! This is all just a dream, just a bad dream! You will not take me, Shadow! You will not take me!
Oh. I didn't think she was going to do it. Guess if she lost everything else.
Mother.
If it is consciousness that weaves your wills together, consciousness that blurs the boundary between your own will and that of others, then we shall set you apart once more. The ties that bind you shall be severed, and humanity return to its proper place. By primogenesis shall a new age of reason begin.
What now?
Relax.
Primogenesis?
Your Majesty.
Sometime later. Later?
Don't you want to play? It's been a long time.
If that is your wish.
Men, you are as meek as all the others.
Such feeble creatures. Gifted the power of icons, yet slaves to fickle emotions which usher you to your doom. And so you bind your fragile wills with strands of consciousness.
The wretched handiwork of a wretched people.
The sons of fire were united at last, and for but a moment, their flame burned bright. Soon, Muthos shall become our perfect vessel.
And then shall the world be remade.
Not before the bonds are severed, of trust, of respect, of love. Only when every strand of consciousness is cut away, may Muthos return to our side. By primogenesis shall all be undone. Mankind shall be rid of his wretchedness, and Muthos of his will. But while he yet clings to it, he has the power to forge bonds anew. And so we bid you, find Muthos, and sever every one.
To destroy that which has no physical form. You ask the impossible.
There is nothing your black blade cannot cut, Odin. We shall unite with Muthos, and bring forth a new world. So long as our vessel remains unclaimed by humanity.
It shall be done, Master. My will is yours.
Little sex gift. Or maybe not.
Mother.
Oh. That's kind of weird. Put some clothes on, maybe. Unless he's into that kind of thing, I don't know. So I've been wondering, because they've been talking about Odin just a bit. And we obviously saw him kind of towards the beginning of the game. But I'm like, alright, where is he then? But I wasn't actually aware, I mean, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but I wasn't aware that it was that guy. We've seen him a couple times before, but I don't know. I guess I just wasn't aware of who that was. That and his friend with the white hair. Alright, I'm sure we got more fetch quests to take care of.
How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all.
Things fall apart. I've claimed a portion of the icon Bahamut's essence. Tuning Bahamut not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new iconic abilities, such as Impulse, which creates multiple spheres of light that can pursue a target, dealing it continuous damage. Ability details are found in the Abilities tab in the main menu. Use Bahamut's iconic feat, Wings of Light, to begin casting Mega Flare, an immensely powerful spell that showers enemies with a deluge of searing light. The longer the spell is charged, the more powerful the results. Press circle to cast the spell when ready. Taking damage while casting will cancel the spell.
Taya won't be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otto has to say.
Always gotta check and see what Otto has to say. Greetings from the Crimson Caravans. Trust that you and your party gain the Dominion without further event. Should your travels ever bring you back to the markets and put you in need of additional assistance, you'll find the Crimson Caravans more than happy to oblige. Might even offer a discount on our usual rates. About the other day, I'll have you know I ain't never shed a tear in front of no one, not even my mother, and you won't soon catch me doing the like again. So if it please your lordship, we could both forget about the whole damn thing. The Cid I chose to follow all them years ago is gone, and there ain't no dragging him back from the depths of whatever hell he's taken or talked his way into. But his legacy, that lives on. In you and in everyone else here at the Hideaway. Sure as the sky is blue. At least I think it's still blue. As long as it is, I'll be right here when you can count on me. Alright, that was one of the side quests I mentioned. Or maybe I didn't. I forget if that was part of the section where we were having issues with the mic. But did one of the side quests that did some sort of follow-ups a little bit on Cid. Got a little bit of backstory out of him. Mostly it was like delivering things to previous NPCs that we had interacted with. And then it sort of just culminated into that. We ended up getting Cid's goblet, which I wasn't even aware was a thing. But maybe he drank out of it at one of the beginning cutscenes, who knows. Cursebreaker intelligence reports from our brothers and sisters afield are all the same. These accursed skies cast not only a pall over the land, but over the hearts of her people. Hearts are already heavy from the fall of the Dominion and the destruction of the Storm's final mother crystal. For now, the realm endures, but with each new flood, do her remaining children descend further into madness. Situation is, as ever, dire. Fresh wings will find you on the new moon's turning. Until then, our watch continues. Quite the mess. Word out of Twinside is that there's little left at the capital after the Mad Prince's royal tantrum. But what of you and yours? Did you manage an escape before the city went tits up? I trust you did, but a solace might be good to set Elle's mind at ease. Theodore.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
Still alive, are ya? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
most of this just looks like the same shit we've been dealing with this entire time.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Last elixir. 20,000. Is it the easiest elixir to procure? No. But it's the last one you'll ever need. Upon KO, automatically restore all HP, fills limit gauge, increases attack power by 10%, defense by 30% for 60 seconds.
Come again.
That doesn't sound too bad. 20,000, I guess, at this point in the game is not a terrible amount to spend. Again, for a lot of the battles, and probably the ones that I'd be more than likely to die in, boss battles, there are checkpoints with them, so it's not always the worst thing. Every time you die and reload from a checkpoint, all your potions are
what do you want?
Are reset back to full capacity, so it's not terrible losing and such. Yeah, this Brightburn, that looks like probably the one for me.
Bad, if I do say so myself.
Oh, finally, he's taking some confidence in his work. One of the other side quest missions we did was we got him a whetstone. That was what got me the blueprints for the Excalibur, but a whetstone that he could use to craft some fine blades.
That it?
I guess I can't upgrade that legendary weapon. It looks kind of slick, though. Last one I had was just a very blunt-looking blade. This one's a little bit more decorative. It's got a bit of a, I don't know, like a rusted bronze finish. Sort of like a teal in there or something.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
What are you making them skies then?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Alright, let's see what's going on.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe?
That's what we're supposed
Not
to
that
do.
you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts. Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
At the same time, they wanted the whole, you know, region outside of Waloed because it was unaffected by the blight. But I don't know. I guess they still have the blight crouching upon them. Only issue is that now the rest of the land doesn't have the mother crystals. So you wonder how their interest still fares.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the sixth day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it.
We've got connections, Clive. I'm sure you can find old Mossy's journal. I suppose it probably isn't all that important. It's not like they could really do anything. Or can they?
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains, it fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can. Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Alright. Well, at least as far as side quests go, it doesn't sound like it's fetch quests. So, it might be a little bit more interesting. Bahamut channeled, alright. How are we on ability points? Still haven't reached 5,000 yet. So we've got the Mega Flare. Got sort of like a flamethrower attack. They're the spheres of light they were talking about. Summon multiple light aspect familiars that can attack an enemy in which Clive uses magic. I don't know. Some of these look kind of interesting. Kind of like that, the Giga Flare one. But I don't know if it'd be worth swapping out for what I already got. I gotta say, I don't know, I'm sort of reevaluating a lot of the abilities that I'm using, especially with the Phoenix and all that. Don't really think there's too much here that I need. That dashing ability is kind of nice, but I mean, that could be traded out with something. And then the Flames of Rebirth is okay. Honestly, it talks about partially restoring Clive's HP. I don't think I noticed much being restored, so if I'm not noticing it, it might not be worth it. I mean, activating the limit break gauge is probably more worthwhile in terms of getting an HP recovery than anything else, so I think if I were to swap one out, it might be that one. I don't really think... So, Rama's ability... Here's the thing. Those two abilities that I have, and I'm thinking about spending my points on this one, they're pretty good with the damage dealing. But... other than that, I mean, if Bahamut was all that great, I just don't know what kind of damage it deals, but if Bahamut's better in terms of damage dealing, I might even swap that one out, because I don't really like his circle ability. I don't really like this lightning chain thing. It just takes a little bit too long to set up. At the same time, I don't know that I like this one either, because similar situation, it just takes a while to set up. Usually with the circle abilities, I tend to enjoy the ones that have a practical but quick usage, such as the Garuda, which you could use at the half stagger gauge to deal additional damage and have additional time to deal damage, as displayed right there. So that's handy. The Phoenix Shift is kind of nice, but at the same time, Clive's like dash pierce attack ability, it's pretty good, and honestly it's been covering, I don't know if I upgraded it or what, but it's been covering more distance, I feel, of late. So it might not even be necessary to have that one. Actually, that charging ability, that's not even a Phoenix ability. Just looking at it there, that's actually an Ifrit ability. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder though, with that Ifrit ability, can we plug that in anywhere, or does it need to be on the Phoenix's like setting? I guess let's find out. I'm gonna switch out Phoenix for Bahamut just to kind of give it a test and see. Yeah, unfortunately can't use that dashing ability. I think it needs to be set to Phoenix. I suppose those two will do for now. Still think I'm going to keep that Judgment Bolt and the Rama stuff just for the damage output. Several people in a dilemma. Got 3 to take care of. Alright, I get it.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
I don't think there's anything else I need to do here anyway, so we could probably just fast travel. Let's make a save. And with that, give me a sec. I'm going to do a little BRB. I will be right back, and we'll get on with the side quests. Alright. Good to go. Oh, wait. Still need the map, actually. I guess let's do Martha's Rest first. We could jump right in there, more than likely.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Okay. Go ahead and take care of that, then.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
Didn't really seem like they have a whole lot of defenses up to this place.
Did we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer.
Guess maybe they could destroy the bridges and the scaffolding.
Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Alright. So yeah, it's basically just a hill. And on the other side, they got another bridge, and then on the flank, they got the elevator. So I guess I can keep them out that way.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
That's why I'm walking right in front of you. Because I'm abandoning you. Bunch of sorry saps.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Oh, Akashic monsters. I thought they were like Akashic people. Okay. Guess I'm just gonna stay up there for right now. You know, that's the other thing with the whole Phoenix Shift, I think it is, ability. It could get me up in the air pretty easily. I don't know that I could do that well just by jumping and dashing. Or actually, you can't even jump or dash while you jump. But with the little sphere orb ability thing, I don't know. It's kind of nice.
You lose.
It's a good way to end that. But yeah, it can target those aerial enemies, so that kind of works. Good, a level up.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
They probably just live in town.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here?
Oh, yeah, they're wearing the same
Where is your
rags.
commander?
Probably should have picked up on that.
So Wade
Of course,
left
I
earlier
didn't,
with a
but
scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Picked up potion. Yeah, I picked up potions.
Moi.
Visited Karen before setting off on any of the quest starters.
Mad dogs.
Just in case, you never know what's gonna pop up. Probably some massive Akashic enemy. Big pain in the ass. Mid-boss battle.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Well, the silliest of the enemies has come out.
The injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
Oh no, a
We
turtle.
can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
I know I'm adamantoids are ass kickers in the Final Fantasy universe, but first enemy you see when people are trying to flee from it is a giant turtle. It's not the most intimidating of things. Especially these ones, they have a little bit more of a turtle appearance. Like in the past, other adamantoids, typically have a, more fantasy approach. Thinking of like in 12 where they don't have a head. Or at least the visible one. Shit. Prepared for a long-range magic attack. damage from that. Just missed me.
Too slow. Titan! Nice try.
Like block and then dodge if I want to actually utilize that. Probably just better just to dodge the damn thing.
This one.
Didn't even know we took care of the remaining crabs. Well, that works. Nothing unusual as far as extras go.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Are they lighting fires?
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Alright, figures we gotta get all the sides taken care of. Everything covered. Coming at us from all angles.
Mad dogs.
In some cases, quite literally. That first wave we fought was a bunch of mad dogs.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
The guy's still dying?
Just patch me up as a
Telling you, just take out the bridges right now. See if they can clamber up. I don't think they will. Goblins.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Well, it took a while, but I think it did a lot of damage. Sure, we're making a lot of noise. Oh no, they got the chocobos now too. Oh shit. But now I had Titan out.
This one.
Whoa, that was weird.
Something's coming.
An Ariman.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade.
Just getting to the good part.
Too slow.
Yeah, not doing as much damage as I was with the Phoenix. Kind of sucks. But, you know, that's partially have something to do with the abilities not being upgraded and everything.
It's over.
Still, would be nice. I don't know. I kind of like the Bahamut sphere ability. I guess maybe I should probably invest some ability points into some of the others just to see what they're like. Because they might be good.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Okay. Guardian Scarf. Displayed in Clive's chambers. Symbol of trust, loyalty, undying friendship. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the duchy cannot die. Guess that's a scarf that old Wade's got on.
There's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar?
But I don't want to meet him.
Over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me,
that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I
Which
would
is
not
to say
have
none.
it any other way.
Alright, is he gonna like follow me around or? Party makeup has changed. This dude in the party? Oh no. Maybe that's just because Wade left. Oh, we're getting there. Almost. Need about 500 more points until we get the Master of the Judgment Bolt. That's not what I meant. Okay, let's... Where do we want to go? Northreach? Or the Dalrymple Inn? I've seen enough of the desert, I think. It's been a while since we've been over this way. Let's see what they've got going on.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side.
I saw it with my own eyes.
Saw it with me own eyes. It's the truth, I tells you.
I can't do it.
You're not,
Milady.
what's her
received the
tits?
dame's message.
The
There have been
dame.
sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
What are you planning to do?
More arrived from the capital this morning.
So yeah, there was a considerable amount of Imperials here. Guess they're all on the ground.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall, because they are my charges and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
Uh-oh.
The way the survivors
Girlfriend's
speak of
nearby.
them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
I'm sure if you just take a walk outside the city limits, there's probably going to be some evidence of something going down.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed more when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
Don't leave me, Pa.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
See? Just what I was talking about, though. Just walk out in that direction. I'm sure something's going to pop out.
The two soldiers were carrying another.
We didn't get to hear the dialogue, but I see the subtitles. They didn't have any legs.
It was all they could do to escape.
Alright, that village is still kind of far away. Let's chocobo it up. Oh, actually, I don't remember if there was a... There might be a crystal nearby there. I think it's at the gates, though. So it might not be that much closer.
Clive, look.
I see
There
them.
they are.
With me.
Actually thought that was one of Jill's abilities.
Stay down.
Should I prime?
Save your strength. It's over.
I mean, might not hurt. Knock it off. What are you doing? Big ones. Sort of like concentrating on this guy with his projectiles and then missing the projectiles of the bigger guy with more damage dealing projectiles. Oh, that is not the one I wanted. I thought I was on Bahamut.
try.
Ooh. For a while with that big Titan punch where you have to charge it, I thought the little yellow sections, since they were smaller, were the ones you had to aim for, but I've been hitting those, and they seem to do less damage, or at least the animation doesn't go on for as long. It's like a quick and simple punch, but when I hit the red, which is the bigger one, that's where it seems to lean into it a little bit more.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
There will always be more. Never cease. I'm gonna start thinking about getting everybody on board that arc. Depending on how big it is, I don't know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Good enough, I guess. Nothing interesting from the rewards. Alright, time to go into the desert. This place looks pretty bad. I think it's a little bit more noticeable here, the clouds, since it's usually so bright.
Cid. Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. Now, I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Cid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Still had to walk all the way over here, but alright. Guess I kind of see your point.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
So the prostitutes are safe. Yay! Let's see if there's any in here. It's like they're getting ready for a duel.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood. It's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come
Eat the bandits.
Maybe
Or
it'll
the
be your
mercenaries.
throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor.
Victor.
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Okay. Did you just walk outside so I could have a conversation with him outdoors instead of indoors? Pretty much. But I guess we're getting
You see my predicament?
this dude in.
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Don't speak for me. Didn't say yes. Alright, let's see what they got in mind.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you,
Not playing along very well.
to hear from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 200 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
We could hire you, can't we? What the hell are we gonna come up with for the woman down here?
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would... I mean, it may still be possible to buy something.
Ah, here he is now. Natalie,
The merchant with no goods to sell.
Underhill of Randalar's prestigious
Underhill?
League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
I've heard that name before.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Good of them to describe exactly what I'm supposed to convey to them, to me.
The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true,
I don't think he was
feel
prepared
we
for
have
that.
little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
This Clive isn't as good of an actor. Probably should have had Jill on both of them.
Clive, your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid.
Good
Both
news.
Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for
They're already
Dalamil
back.
as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
It's a shame they took everything out of the town
I have a
before coming
favor to
back.
ask. I'm
Maybe it was
told
an
the bandits
afterthought.
march
Like,
in
ah,
two
shit.
groups, one from the south and
It's actually
one from
really
the
easy to
desert,
take over, guys.
in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Man, they're right outside, huh?
No women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
It's all
They mean to overwhelm us. Farewell.
Three waves. Oh, what are these guys? Those guys are a pain in the ass. Actually fought one as a hunt, unintentionally. I was doing something else and it just kind of appeared in front of me, so it's sort of a pain. Nose itches.
Not good. That's better.
This guy didn't even know he was going to get hit. Turned on him at the last second.
Too slow. Nice try.
Ah. Yeah, that poison breath thing they do. It's one of the biggest pains. Jill, your attacks are a little bit vision obscuring. There we go.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't know, but we just beat the Sultan.
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
I would assume it'd be the head of the operation, but could be wrong. They do it, or they just stand there and argue the whole time?
Natalie, I owe you an apology.
I suppose if the bandits came upon that, they'd probably think,
You would have been lost had you not held the line.
maybe we'll come back.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
But me mostly. I mostly saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Partially an insult. All right. Down the rabbit hole. We got nothing too interesting out of that either.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now.
For now. Actually, before that, let's take a look at... Where am I at? Oh, finally. Alright, gonna master that judgment bolt. Hopefully this will prove to be pretty good. That's just about the rest of it, I don't know. I'm not too sure. On the one hand, I mean, this attack is not terrible. We haven't seen what this Giga Flare can do. Now, the only problem is, I was saving up for that Judgment Bolt. The Giga Flare is, it's going to take a lot before we can unlock it. I'm not terribly enthused about the current abilities that I've got unlocked with it. Just as a base, they're not that great. The flamethrower's okay, I guess, with smaller enemies. Biggest problem is, like, using it during the boss battles. I mean, I tend to save the abilities mostly for the boss, or the mid-bosses, or bigger enemies. And this attack takes so long that they tend to just, like, break out of the stagger, or... something else happens. Not to mention it doesn't deal too much damage. So, I don't know. I think at a base, it's not that great. Might just end up sticking with Phoenix for right now.
At least.
But maybe if we can unlock that Giga Flare. It's just ability points are so hard to come by. But if we can unlock it and it ends up being really good, then maybe I'll switch back to Bahamut and we can kind of feel around a sub-ability. See what works. Because the Giga Flare looks like it does a lot.
Tell me you saw
Oh look, we unlocked a new thing.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised all yours?
1,500 ability points. That'll give us a nice boost to where we're looking to go.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little.
Finally, we'll get the scoop.
I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
You haven't explained that bit.
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant.
He was just puking up blood a second ago, but alright.
If we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Now there was this one section. It's considered Dalmekia? Yes, it is. Okay, that's what I was thinking. There was a few hunts on the hunt board that I was a little bit peeved that I couldn't find the spot for. In fact, I was kind of wandering around the desert of Dalmekia, hoping I could actually come across them, but I had assumed there were a couple paths that looked blocked off, so my assumption was that they were in spots that I couldn't access yet, so that seems to be the case. See what it looks like. More desert, of course, but it is Dalmekia. Cloak and dagger.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry.
The cheerful chocobo music pumps up.
If Candle was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Run like the wind.
No, listen. Well, let me run then.
Use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the echoes have a will of their own.
I'm gonna do like what I did last time. Most of the battles, if we can skip them, I'll just go ahead and skip them. I'll get most of my experience when I'm doing my side quest stuff.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Oh, I killed those chocobos. Actually, yeah, it looks like the Dalmekia part that I was trying to access before, it looked like there was a path that was on the upper level, which it seems like that's what we're on right now. That's why when you look down, you can kind of see like the crossroads. So, there's definitely an upper path for whatever reason I wasn't able to access before.
They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Caution.
I'm curious, why are the Aether Floods happening? Oh, good. There's a thing on Primogenesis, too. I was wondering what that was. Spell cast by Ultima that cast a rolling pall over all of Lastia. The unbalance in Aether that resulted not only sapped the potency of the crystal's magic in those lands that remained livable, but filled the rest not only with his glowing thralls, but with Aether Floods, turning men and beasts into mindless, merciless Akashic. Alright, so It's Ultima's fault, basically.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Doing a good job there, Watchman. No questions for me
Where now,
whatsoever.
Joshua? There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
I think I see it.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
Oh. Is that the Odin guy? Meanwhile...
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the
They're all slapping and knocking on that table, but it's like solid marble.
Murderous.
It's not making that much of a noise.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
It was almost a stock scream sound effect, but it was all original.
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough.
Oh. Even the guys at the table.
Creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
Alright, I guess it is that guy.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
Ah, we've seen those at the Mother Crystal.
By the flames.
Or at least the painted mural version.
Drake's breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas...
Something... Okay. Something about that theme. I think maybe it's just a rendition of the Final Fantasy theme.
Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Oh, I think I know what it is. It's not the main Final Fantasy theme. It's the original Final Fantasy overworld music. I think that's what it is.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
A tapestry, the silhouette up there, it looks a little bit like Sapphire Sephiroth. Probably has no connection.
She cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
The visual link still. It's there. All right. About 3 hours in. Looks like some side questy stuff has popped up. I'm wondering. Oh, I think I'm gonna stop here, actually. We'll call it good with a 3-hour stream. Oh, wait. I remember when we started off the stream, it already went to the end screen automatically, so you don't get to hear the little Final Fantasy ending music. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. It's getting on into the afternoon, which means it's gonna start getting hotter. I don't want to go as late as I did last time because that was a little bit much. Besides, it's kind of getting on lunchtime. Didn't really eat too much this morning, so at some point, if I kept going, I'd probably have to take a break for that, and I don't know how long that would take. But we made some decent progress. We'll try to be back tomorrow. We'll see about doing the same kind of thing, starting early. Kind of stream it into the afternoon, see what kind of progress we can make. It feels like we're sort of closing in on the end of this game, but at the same time, it feels like there's plenty to get through on top of that. So I don't think we're on like the last few streams for sure, but we're probably closing in on the end of the game. I'd say maybe we're in the last quarter of it, just given how things are kind of ramping up. So we'll see. If I can finish this game this week, that'd be great. That's kind of what I'm shooting for, but if not, oh well. But yeah, we're gonna try to go full steam ahead on it. So be back with more Final Fantasy XVI next time. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it as always, and see you next time. Until then, later.